Alright folks, welcome back to Dominions 5. Wow, it's been a week since I recorded. I've been off at PAX West, I had a blast, it's been a great time, and now it is time to come back and see what's happened while I've been gone. So, another player very graciously agreed to sub for me for the week while I was out in this game, so thank you very much, Broken25. And we're now going to go through the turns that Broken played and find out what happened in that time. I've got some notes from him, but we're going to take a look for ourselves here. So it's turns 10 through 14, and let's find out how it went. So turn 10, Winter in Year 0. So no magic sites, and there was a battle in Norfangs. Let's look at that. So that's this battle up here. We were heading north with this army, which I thought was a little bit of a reach, but I felt like we could probably do it. Fighting these barbarians, getting some crazy lag here. And yeah, okay, so we got rid of their chieftains in the first rush there. Alright, great. So, we took that. It looks like Uruk came south towards us. So we got Norfangs, and then we moved down towards God's Tomb Mountains. That is Abyssia right there. We've already got deals with Phlegra and with Pythium, and I believe Abyssia as well. Jeannie Adams is moving. We've got our Palisade here, finishing next turn, and one second, what was the worldwide event? A comet headed for Earth. Okay, so unrest is increasing worldwide. That kind of sucks. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at the next turn. Oh, by the way, is my, yeah, my music's still on. Alright, let's take a look at turn 11. Alright, battling God's Tomb Mountains. Looks like we won that without casualties as well, which is excellent news. Exactly what I like to hear. Yep, wiped them out. Once again, we wiped out the chiefs pretty quickly, it looks like. So no casualties there. Comet can be clearly seen in the sky. Panic is spreading worldwide, more unrest. And we finished our palisades in Zemeki. It looks like we didn't upgrade it immediately. We did start recruiting an initiate there, and in the capital we're still recruiting initiates and witch hunters, and it looks like we've switched away from cavalry to recruit mainly men-at-arms and a whole lot of crossbows. That's a perfectly solid strategy, especially if you're worried about being rushed in the early game. Pumping out a whole bunch of crossbows is an excellent way to deal with it, because a whole bunch of crossbows can deal with, well, most threats in the Middle Age. So we've got that palisade done. We've got this palisade done in one turn. And Pythium is moving north with Velite and War Elephants. Interesting. And of course we've taken God's Tomb Mountains. We've got Gaelny sneaking around, and we have Jiren's our architect sitting here ready to upgrade this. Okay. Let's hit turn 12. So, Dormant Pretender Gods Awakening, couple of battles in Marignan, excellent, income up, unrest down, unrest plus in God's Tomb Mountains. Okay, so Brigands. Got our palisades there. Independence attacked Abyssia and lost, although they did kill a salamander. And then in Nirn, let's see what happened in Nirn. In Nirn, we've got our Royal Guard, a pack of Royal Guard down here, Long Dead Horsemen, and some light infantry, as well as crossbows. And the Royal Guard basically wiped him out, it looks like. A little bit of banishment helped out. Yeah, but the Royal Guard got most of the kills. And then in Misty Forest, which is right over here, we've got our big gang of Knights of the Chalice going in against more barbarians. And boom. Didn't destroy them on impact, but we wiped them out pretty handily there. Okay, very, very good. So at this point, expansion is close to done. This army is going to go in here and try to clean out this fort, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like he's just going in. That seems risky. Wonder how that turned out. And then Dragon with 1 has picked up that Knight of the Chalice, is coming back to our fort. Garens is now building the fortress. Over here we are also building a fortress, and we are starting to recruit Jade sorceresses. So excellent. Now we're starting to get a little bit of magic variety. That is definitely what we needed. Still pumping out infantry and crossbows over here. Getting another troubadour. And, okay, it looks like things are pretty much going to code. That is Bogus. Bogus and his gang just took over this province from Pythium. So that's fine. I don't care if they want to do that. Could still take out those trolls as well. But other than that, it looks like our expansion is pretty well settled. This isn't a bad territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 provinces. Not too shabby. And Nevalon is moving north. It looks like Satis just took this province from Abyssia. I've been told this was a mistake. And that Satis has since retreated. So let's take a look at... So that was turn 12. Let's take a look at 13. I know I'm going through these really quickly, but I think it's valuable just to catch up here before I go on to the next turn. So we've hit Conjuration level 3, and now we're researching Thaumaturgy level 2. After that, we're scheduled to go on to Conjuration level 5. I don't think he's messed with my research priorities, which is fine, although Enchantment level 4 would be a good place to go pretty soon, too. In the Great Woods, oh, the Great Woods have rebelled. That sucks. In Winter Peaks, let's see what happened here. So this is all our knights attacking heavy cavalry in Winter Peaks. Should be able to take them out. Our knights are qualitatively superior by a little bit. And we wipe out the infantry. The knights are running. Yes. Excellent. No casualties. Just what I like to see. And in the Forgotten Woods. So this is the throne. Ah, and it looks like he only sent in... I thought it looked like he was sending in everybody, but he only sent in a commander to bounce off them and see what they had. So, they've got a mix of barbarians and phantasmal warriors. They've got a sorceress back here. Fire, earth, and astral. It's pretty good. And air, astral, and death. That's a really good combination. This lady is basically a better Nemedian sorceress, albeit she is old. Okay, so that's very good. And then this will be, troop-wise, this won't be too tough to handle. And, of course, my commander retreats off the map. Okay. So, we're sending an army to retake Great Woods. We've got pretty significant forces here. We've got Nerbun with those troops. Whole bunch of men-at-arms, whole bunch of crossbows. Whole bunch of mages researching. Innocent, who is blind. Ouch. That's sort of hilarious and sad. Okay then, Innocent, I guess you're just blind. And we have our first Jade Sorceress searching for magic sites. Okay, things still going well. Looks like Nevalon is just patrolling here, trying to root out those bandits with his army. And down here we've got Guillaume's army of primarily Knights of the Chalice. Somewhat experienced ones too, albeit this guy's injured. Sorry, buddy. Moving back to Zemiki, where the fortress will be done next turn. And we're sending in... who? Ah! Broken 25 has named a troubadour after himself, given him the Robe of Shadows, which makes him ethereal and extra stealthy. And he is gonna sneak him in there to seduce. So that sorceress that we saw over there, the really good one, he's going to try and seduce that sorceress. So let's see how that works out for him. Let's pull up turn... Was that 13? That was 13. Let's pull up turn 14, the last turn he played. Alright, we've got the Throne of Knowledge in the name of Lizard Dam! We've got no magic sites, no magic sites. Ooh, magic site, Painted Cave. That's an astral gem per turn. Okay, so we're up to 3 astral, 1 air, and 4 fire. Not too shabby. Battle in the Great Woods. Let's take a look at that. Royal Guard and crossbows against... oh, these are just militia. Yeah, this won't be a problem. Yep. There we go. Misty Forest. Oh, cool. We got a barbarian lord. And lost some money in Strongdale. That's unfortunate. We found the brigands in God's Two Mountains and wiped them out. Finished 2 fortresses. and everything is going fine. So in Misty Forest, we've got Runo. Just him. No troops, it looks like, but he's scheduled to move and patrol, which is an interesting choice. Nadina is moving to go help somewhere else, and we are recruiting a Jade Sorceress. We have an extra commander point going begging right now. So we should also be recruiting like a scout or an assassin or something, but he's already done the turn, so I can't change that. Unfortunate. That's okay. Very, very minor oversight. Down here, more troops coming out. We are starting to recruit some Knights of the Chalice again. And Gerens is moving to Zemiki in order to presumably to upgrade this to a Citadel so we can be pumping out more Jade Sorceresses, because God knows we're going to need more Jade Sorceresses. Okay, and Broken 25 is sneaking in to try and perform his acts of seduction. And up here, Nevalon is searching for magic sites. I would like to get a fort started up in Norfangs as well, but honestly, we're doing pretty well. I mean, it's turn 14, we've got 3 upgraded forts. That is solid. Very solid, in fact. Looks like Relay might be going for the 2 woods. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that was turn 14, and that should bring us up to the present, which is turn 15. Assuming this thing ever loads. There we go. Yep, turn 15. Let's see how things are going, shall we? So, we've hit Thaumaturgy level 2. The Throne of the Stars has been acclaimed for Abyssia. And we were attacked in Norfangs. Fascinating. Okay, let's see how that went. Looks to me like this looks like a declaration of war. I mean, I don't see how I interpret this as anything but a declaration of war, frankly. This is just straight up Satis going in against us. Poison slingers, bathing me in poison. His troops are not actually poison resistant enough to stop that. So he's actually wiped out a whole bunch of his own troops with poison slingers. This is why I don't like poison slingers when I'm playing as Satis. They kill your own guys. Like, all of his casualties were his own poison slingers. The barbarians inflicted no casualties. So, I am going to have to deal with that most definitely. Now, fortunately, I have some pretty significant armies. So, first of all, I told Broken that I would do this. I'm not sure it's very likely, but we're going to try and seduce. Then, over here, Gerens can build a castle. And then hopefully we can upgrade to a citadel. In the meantime, we need to be pushing. Now, this army cannot defend that place, so I'm strongly tempted to actually just have Nevalon do that, take the Endless Plain. In the meantime, Nadina needs to keep searching for magic sites. Nerboon is in a pretty solid place, to be honest. Nah, we'll keep doing that. Nerboon's army, with the help of the Royal Guard, I think can probably deal with this army of Satis. So Nerboon can go up there, cut him off if he advances. Down here, I've got a small army building up. 46 recruitment points, but only 6 resources. I'm going to take out one of those guys. I'm actually just going to start cutting down on the men-at-arms pretty heavily to get more crossbows there to use my resources a little bit more efficiently. Now, Jeannie, Adams, Urban, and Guillaume. Guillaume's got quite a strong and frightening army. We're actually going to make it stronger and more frightening yet. So, Guillaume gets all these troops. And what we're going to do is, we could potentially try to take that, but I don't think it'll work. The reason this army was moving south is, I believe, because Broken 25 was wary about Phlegra, which he's right to be wary about Phlegra, but at the moment the danger is Satis. So Gaelny is going to move down there, just to keep an eye on things. Actually, have Gaelny move down there, be a little bit quicker. We do want to take that province. If the seduction doesn't work, okay. let's actually just go in and take it. That's the Throne of the Moon. Water and Astral. Spread has been, it gives me growth +1 and precision +3. That won't actually be terribly useful to me, to be honest. So, scratch that. I'm not going to move in to take it just yet. Well, it's got income, though. It's a valuable province to have. It just doesn't help me much to claim it. I mean, it gives me a water gem that I can't hardly use. Well, I can use it with my Jade Sorceresses. And then another Astral Pearl. It's something. But, with Conjuration 3, I can also deploy Fire Mages to spam out lesser fire elementals, which will definitely help against Satis because they are ethereal and immune to poison. So, what I might do here, I think, is... let's take my Witch Hunters. We're going to give them troops. And we're going to give them gems. I think just a couple of them. So, Raymond and Turgeon. And we are going to set them to... yeah, just summon a couple of lesser fire elementals. So, Twist Fate. And then lesser fire elementals, cast spells, conservative gem usage. We'll set them both to do that. These guys are going to be on attack rear. Actually, hold an attack rear, and we will tell Raymond to cast Blessing first. So he'll be up there. The Knights will be up there with him. Be right in the middle there. Then the infantry will hold an attack closest. They'll be up front, and the archers will be on hold and fire. Enemy archers. And Turgeon will kind of be like right there. And you two can move north. Those forces should suffice to beat back Satis. And we can simultaneously, because Satis is right there. So we're not going to let this invasion fly. That's too valuable a province to let Satis keep it, especially because I had it. So we're just gonna push him back and dare him to do anything about it, to be honest. And still recruiting over there. We have a whole bunch of extra gold and resources. Now I'm actually gonna save the gold, or at least some of it, because I want to be able to start a palisade up there as soon as I can. And a palisade is 600. So yeah, that will be the plan. I think this is a decent balance of troops to be recruiting from the capital. Down here, if we're worried about Phlegra, which I think is wise to be worried about Phlegra, what we're going to want to do is recruit a few Royal Guard, because Royal Guard are actually pretty good at dealing with helots, and then crossbows. So let's go 3 Royal Guard. Let's actually go 2 Royal Guard. And crossbows. Great. Excellent. Excellent-y. And yeah, we'll go ahead and take the Forgotten Woods. We'll give Broken 25 his one shot at seduction. He doesn't have a great chance, but it's a chance. He could potentially successfully steal away at least one of those sorcerers. Actually, you know what? We're going to give him some time. We're going to give him time to work his magic. Urban can go back here to pick up more troops. Jeannie Adams and Guillaume will move over to... this province has crossbows. Independent crossbows. Yeah, just recruit a few independent crossbows. You can go down there to pick them up. This is the province with knights. I'd love to have them, but I already have knights, frankly. I have knights coming out of every fort if I want them. We'll save the other 118 of our gold. And that should be the turn. This is going to be a short... I think this is probably going to be an episode all by itself. It'll be short, only 20 minutes, but it contains a lot of turns, and I don't want to push too many turns into one video, just because then that gets me ahead and it throws off my timing. So, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Glad to be back at it. Alright, turn 16. I'm going to be talking kind of quietly this episode because I'm a little bit under the weather. My throat is not feeling great, so it is going to be a soft-spoken episode today. Speaking of which, I am actually going to see if I can turn up the mic volume just a little bit while we're doing this. I need... Yep, that. Let's just turn that up very, very slightly. Okay, that should be a little bit better. Alright, so this turn, let's look at our messages. We found a magic site. We found a dying forest. That's actually a fantastic site to find. It gives us nature and death. It increases death in this province, but oh well. Nobody cares about Great Woods. So, after that, we attempted to seduce Derry the Sorceress, and this was even the correct target. This was, Broken 25 the Troubadour did his very best. He found the lady he was supposed to seduce, the old crone. He tried his wiles on her, but she was too cunning for him. She attacked him with her bodyguards. He attempted to charge in bravely with his sword. And, well, it didn't work. He got sworded in the head, so he died. And then there were two battles with Satis. After Satis' attack, their craven backstab, I launched a counterattack of my own. They have a commander of Satis here with their province defense, which includes some heavy infantry, some indie heavy infantry, which is fairly similar, some archers, and some indie militia. And my little army here pretty much ran roughshod over them. As you can see, the Knights of the Chalice charged in with their blessing. They have a little bit of poison resistance, so they'll be decent to use against Satis, although the poison will still kill them from the poison slingers. And we drove the enemy off the field entirely. Then in the Silver Wall, we were attacked, and our defenders here, so we were attacked with a line of heavy infantry, once again very close to independent heavy infantry, and a line of the poison slingers. I really don't like the poison slingers, to be honest. I just really think they're pretty garbage unit. In this case, they did inflict pretty significant damage. All of my cavalry died from chasing through the poison, eventually, but we drove the enemy back, and the whole enemy army fled off the field. So, that worked just fine. We also killed a couple of brigands and troublemakers in this province. We do have 43 unrest, which is a little bit of a problem, so we'll have to work on that. We recruited Andenia, who ran him to death, and she'll be going off to site search. Our army here, Jeannie Adams and Guillaume, is moving to take the Forgotten Woods with a few indie crossbows that we picked up. So we're going to wipe them out, and we're moving troops north to fight Satis. We do have the Enkidu here. So Enkidu Iron Warriors and Enkidu Warriors all lined up on our border. That's a little distressing. I've tried talking to Uruk and haven't received a response. They must be up here somewhere. So, not sure what's going on there, but it seems unpleasant and unfriendly. And we'll have to see how it goes. I think our crossbows can probably deal with Enkidu Iron Warriors if we spam them dramatically enough, which I believe we can do. I think we can manage. Let's actually cancel out those infantry and get a few more crossbows. There we go. We do have our lesser fire elementals. We're booking it straight up towards more fire elementals, and then once we hit full-size fire elementals, we will grab flaming arrows at enchantment level 4. And so that is the plan, and that is the turn. We've also got Dragon down here with 13 units. He's going to wait one more turn, pick up a little bit more by way of recruitment, and then move north to reinforce the capital. So that's turn 16, and I'll see you all in turn 17.